Hello my fellow barefoot beastings, I'm Mr. Church. In this video we're going to be looking at today's Atom Shop stuff. There's a new bundle in the Atom Shop and actually has new stuff in it, which is pretty shocking. I'll be showing some stuff you might want from the greatest hits, and let's start the video. So the new bundle today is the Abandoned Clinic Bundle, and you can buy most of the items individually, which is always nice when that's an option. Or you can get them together. Now, the Abandoned Clinic Bundle obviously has the Examination Lamp, Doctor's Orders Cigarette Machine, Abandoned Clinic Door, Abandoned Clinic Kit, Blood Transfusion Pump, Apothecary Player Title Prefix, Privacy Screen. The Apothecary Player Title Prefix is a player title. You can just put that on by going into your Pip-Boy, going over to Status, tabbing over to the prefix, and you'll find it in there. That'll show up under your name and also on your team by your name on your team list. This is the only thing that's exclusive to the bundle, so if you don't care too much about that, you don't really need to worry about missing out on anything. The privacy screen is this, and it's actually kind of nice. This thing is a little dirty and dingy, but because it's so plain, it doesn't have too much in the way of like logos or like special things on it. That will make it a lot more usable in a lot of different applications, and I really like when they do that and they give us things that are just like not themed, because we can use them way more. The Doctor's Orders Cigarette Machine is a collecting device, and over time it will collect cigarette adjacent items and sometimes meds. So when mine was sitting here, I collected some Mentats and then a bunch of like cigarettes and shit. The stuff that I've collected so far is all pristine and undamaged and stuff like that. Because it's a collector, you can only place one down, and you cannot place it in a shelter, unfortunately, so keep that in mind. I think it's a pretty cool design, though. I really like the old school feel of it. Now, this picture here clearly shows the blood transfusion device, so you can tell just what that's going to look like. Since there's nothing else here in the picture, just cluttering it up, and there's no similar items being shown that are different. So that's good. Really nice, really good way to sell your items. That's perfect. Thank you. As you guys know, it is April Fool's Day, so they put these in out of order intentionally as a prank, and we fell for it. Wow, that is so funny. But anyway, this thing, the blood transfusion pump, is very weird because if you're a human, it removes your rads, and if you are a ghoul, it gives you rads. But there's a weird cooldown on it. So it gives you a good chunk of rads, but then you have to sit around waiting for God knows how long till you can get rads again from it. So it's not really useful in that way because you can't like spam click it to get the amount of rads you need. Maybe if you like are at your camp, you could top it off real quick, but you're not gonna like be able to fill your glow bar with the amount of rads you get from it. So for that reason alone, it's not really good for the utility purposes. It does have an interesting design though, and there's probably certain situations where this could make for some cool things, especially the machine part of it. If you were able to hide the body part of it, the machine part of it's pretty cool. This examination lamp, I actually really like this design. This is the kind of thing that I would put in like a house as like an upcycled like reading lamp, but it is of course a doctor's surgery lamp, so it has to be as bright as the sun. At night you can see it is very washed out, very bright. Unfortunately, they don't know how to make like a good white light, and anytime the light is a white light, it's always washed out, burning bright. Just terrible. Just a situation where you can't really enjoy it. In the day, I actually kind of like this one, and I think that it's pretty interesting. Now, the Abandoned Clinic Kit, as you can see very clearly from this picture, looks like this. So you can see exactly what it's going to look like because they've included just a picture of only the inside of it and not the outside, and only half of the pieces of the walls. So that's really helpful. Thank you. That's going to really help us make an informed decision as we decide, do we want to buy this with our money or not? Not sure. Actually, just Surprise me, Doc. Surprise me. Now, if you click on this one, it does have this picture, which shows you the sum of the pieces, not even all of the pieces. And then this one shows, wow, whoa, that is nice. Good building. And then there's one picture that actually shows some of the outside of the structure. So it's actually pretty interesting. The picture they have here, this is the inside of the wall. This is the inside of the wall. I don't really think that that's something they usually do. If you go down to camp and then let's see if there's kits, usually, as you can see, they'll show the outside of the wall on these pictures. This is the outside of that. This is the outside of that wall. I'm not sure if they have any other ones right now to compare, but this is a picture of all the inside of the wall, which is stupid. So if you just glanced at this, you would think that that's what it would look like on the outside, but it actually has this brick, which is actually kind of nice on the outside. Now, in the game, you can see the pieces look like this, and there's two different kinds. There's ones that have the tile all the way, and then there's ones with this white stripe across it. And I'm not really sure why, because when you put the wallpaper on it, on both versions, the wallpaper covers all of it. So I'm not really sure what the point of the difference there is, but I'm actually glad you can cover up the whole thing with wallpaper, because that will make the interior of this way easier to use. And so that's good. This kit does not come with a roof. So I was trying to find a roof that wouldn't look too bad with it, because these end pieces have their own brown trim color, and that will be part of the roof piece. So you have to find a roof that'll go with that, and there's only a couple of choices there. And as you can see, the rest in pieces roof is pretty close, but it's still a little bit of a different brown. And then this blue one's pretty good as well. When it's broken, the walls just look normal, just like any other broken wall, basically. There's nothing special about it. So there's nothing really interesting there. And last but not least in this bundle is the abandoned clinic door. And this door is actually really nice. I actually really like this. It reminds me of like a private investigator's office, or I don't know, newspaper editor's office. You can imagine like the lettering on the door itself, telling you what it is, what's in there. Now, this door has like the poured glass. It looks really nice, and actually makes like a really nice double door. And if you want to know how to do a quick double door, I'm just going to take this blueprint that I made, and I'm going to link a video showing you how to make this blueprint if you're interested. It's pretty simple, actually. It's simpler than you would think. But you can use this blueprint to very quickly place down these doors. You open this one after you swap it over, and then you put down another one next to it, change it to this, and then you have your double door. You obviously would want to like build this on top of like the foundation of the building that you're building it, and then build around these doors. But they look really cool as double doors. And of course the one is closing to open because they open the same direction, so that's the only way you can do it that way. But that's something that you can do. I thought I would show that. I'm going to link the video where I show how to make this blueprint if you're interested in making something like that. Another thing that you can get is the Solomon Hardy Light Ally. This guy was from a scoreboard from yesteryear. He can fix you up, restore HP, remove rads, remove diseases. He will actually remove mutations if you don't have starch genes equipped when you ask him to like fix your mold of your mind. So keep that in mind if you're like clicking on random shit, that he might take your mutations away. Now, you can buy him with gold from Samuel at Foundation. So there's pros and cons to this. Obviously, it doesn't cost you any money. When you do that, it's per character. And when you buy it in the item shop, it'll be per account. So all your characters will have it, but it costs you actual money. But if you can get it for free in game, why not do that? It's not that bad. Just get gold, go to Foundation. Because unlike Mortimer, you can actually access Samuel from day one. So you don't have to do any of the quest to unlock Samuel's access to Samuel. You can just buy shit from him. You can start leveling up your ally ship with foundation and buy stuff from him. If you're interested in getting him, I would recommend that instead of buying him from the Atom Shop. Another thing that's on the front page is this Nurse Guinevere bundle, and this comes with the Smoked Bear Arm Paint, the Grafton Monster plushie, the Guinevere's Nurse outfit, Laughing Guinevere player icon, Guinevere's Nurse hat, Smile bandana mask, Rip Daring the Shop poster. Anyway, so a lot of people might have almost all of these items already, and if you own everything but Guinevere's outfit, this bundle will only cost you a couple of atoms, like 200 or something. And if you don't own all that other stuff, you can get her outfit alone for $4.90. So it's cheaper if you own everything already. If you want to get that outfit to get the bundle, it'll be less than $4.90, which is what it's being sold for by itself over in the Greatest Hits. And speaking of the Greatest Hits, there's also the Burned House bundle. This one's a pretty cool bundle. The roof looks pretty cool. It has like burned boards. There's a flat version, so you can kind of make like a scrappy old floor with it. So it just will come with these wall pieces, these special wall pieces, and then these roof pieces. There's no door with this, and there's no floor pattern with it or anything. And surprisingly, they accidentally showed a lot of what this kit looks like. I believe you can put wallpaper on it. And it is pretty interesting. Now, some of you know that the Abandoned Mine set has walls that look like this with this specific design, and you can burn those walls and they turn yellow instead of turning into destroyed texture or model or whatever, which allows you to interact them together or intersect them together. And this one, even though it looks exactly the same except burned, doesn't work that same way. So if you're hoping to get this camp kit for that reason, don't do that, because that won't work for that specific situation. The destroyed radio is pretty cool. This is like a really nice clutter item. There's smoke billowing out of it that you can use for other stuff as well. It does make the exact sound that the Mole Miner Treasure Hunter guys make, so that will psych you out for a little while until you get used to it. The Destroyed Highway kit's kind of weird. There's not a ton of things you can do with this, but they'll snap together. These end pieces will need to be placed down to snap these straight pieces to it. However, you can use a method that I show in this blueprint video that I made several years ago, just doing the exact same thing that I did with the covered bridge. You can do the same thing with these inside pieces to create blueprints that allow you to free place those slices of highway. So I'm going to link that video as well if you want to check that out. There's a lot of applications to that trick. You can do that same thing with any of the bridge-like pieces that need to snap to an end piece in order to be placed. You can do the same method. It's the same method there that I used in that video. The Evening Room bundle, this one has a bunch of random stuff from different scoreboards. We have the Vintage Shelter wallpaper, the Ship in a Bottle. Whoops, they accidentally got the right, well, it wasn't an accident. This was an April Fool's Day prank, putting the Ship in the Bottle right as the second one so that it would line up with the thing down here so that you would know what it looks like. Wow, what a prank. And then we have Vault Fireplace. That's what that is. We have the Mole Rats painting, the Vault-Tec standing lamp, the Brown Hounds reclining sofa chair, the planetarium lamp, the landscape painting, Valentine's Day Mega Sloth pelt rug, and the Greenhounds reclining sofa chair. Pretty nice, isn't it? Wow, that's so good. Actually, I do like the Mole Rats painting. It's kind of nice. This thing's horrific. This is the Vault-Tec standing lamp. It, I think, leaves kind of like a white light. It's not the best light. These, they actually do recline. Your character will sit in them, and their feet will go up. So those can be fun to work with. And the Ship in the Bottle's whatever, I guess. And then this is a little planetarium lamp. That thing's bugged. Half the time it will show like the lights on the whatever, the projected lights, but most of the time actually it doesn't do anything. Kind of bugged out. So that's always fun when you buy stuff and it doesn't work because they didn't quality test it. This is the camp signs bundle. That's because there's camp signs in it. We have the, of course, vendor serums, junk and map sign, vendor stim sign, vendor food and drink sign, vendor armor sign, vendor weapons sign, danger of death sign, warning, alligator sign, responders plywood signs, vendor legendary weapon sign, don't touch my stuff sign, vendor plans sign, vendor ammo sign, illuminated vault signs, vendor got gun. I think I missed one, but that's fine. Who cares? They didn't bother showing what they are anyway. So these are fun to have, I guess. So these signs are an example of what I was talking about earlier when I said it's nice when they don't have themed items because there's way less you can do with an item that's themed. These are really cool pieces of plywood that you could make some really cool stuff with if they didn't have this stupid responders paint all over it. So because they're all responders stuff, it's just, you can't really do much with them. Now there is a way you can place them backwards using blueprints, and I'll include a video that can show you how to do that if you're interested. But the point is that I'm trying to make here is that it's better when we're given plain items of this nature because there's a lot more applications that we can use and we can actually be creative and whatnot. So that's interesting. For only $4.50, that's actually not bad for all those signs, in my opinion. But again, you will have limited use of what they are. This is the Reaper paint. It's got bones on it. This is a probe. These weather vanes are fine. They do not spin. So keep that in mind if you want to get them. They don't spin. They also don't like to sit directly on the peak of the roof, so good luck placing those. Under the special, free, and special offers, because it's free and has special offers, you're going to have the Pittsburgh Palace. This thing is way too big. This thing's way too big. It doesn't come with any doors, so you can't put doors on it. Otherwise, would be an interesting design. It's simply the... It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. It's a good time. This is a laughing emote. And actually, I don't know if this costs anything or if it's free because I already own it on both of my accounts. But it's really good. Even if it's like 7,000 atoms, I would still definitely get it. That way, every time you kill someone in PvP, after you cheated because you're like kind of like a slime and you don't know how to like engage in some kind of like competitive situation where everything is even and equal because you're afraid of losing because of your low self-esteem, you can use this emote right after that, and that'll really teach them. That'll show them. See who lost 12 caps now, bitch. You know, now what are you gonna do? And we have the new Ghoul Dance emote, which is actually kind of nice. This thing, I was surprised at the glory of this dance move. And at the end, of course, we are going to be taking the thing that we got from the TV show. That's definitely canon now. Thanks a lot. And we're just going to be using our little asthma inhaler that keeps us from becoming feral. And of course we have the elf outfit because everyone knows it's Christmas Day. And so it's time to put that on. Jingle jangle jungle or whatever. Hear the sleigh bells ring or something. And over here, the samurai outfit. This thing is in the shop for 22 more hours. Every day there's a daily offer, and it changes every day. That's why it's called a daily offer, okay? Because daily means like each day it's going to be different. They take it out and they put a fresh one in, okay? Glad we got that sorted out. So I'm going to include a list of all the daily offers that are going to be in the shop this coming week and the amount that they will cost. They won't have pictures included because then we would know what they are and we would be able to make an informed decision. But that's just like the rest of the Atom shop, so it's not really anything different. And on Fallout First only, you can get the Ghoul Dance over here as well, because you know how we have to put like these two things here and here to make it look like there's more in the shop, because there's not. Also, you have another week to grab the West Coast Duster outfit. Of course, this is the outfit from the TV show. So make sure you do that. Yeah, that's going to be good to have for sure. If you guys aren't in the Discord, make sure you join the Discord. There's a great Discord that I have, and there's like people in it that are silly and fun. But I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my patrons and channel members for your support. Without the support, I would not be able to buy all these things in the item shop and showcase them every week because I'd have to sell all my assets in order to fund that. And then once I sold my assets, I wouldn't have like the devices I need to build those videos anymore. So it's a huge help. If you're interested in joining me in that way, the link for that is in the description. I also stream on Twitch on Mondays and Fridays, and the link for that is in the description if you want to leave me a follow over there so you can see when I go live. But that's all I've got for today, guys. It's pretty interesting, pretty silly. I'm going to go eat some cows, and I'll see you guys in the next video.